Hi students and friends, welcome to the channel Learn and Teach by Ayaz. This is your host and teacher Sayyid Ayazuddin Haider, and I was doing the paper 0620 and the variant is 22. The year is 2023. So let's continue from question number 11. So here's a question. Methane burns in excess oxygen. The equation is shown. CH4G, G means gas state, 2O2G gives CO2G plus 2H2OG. Bond energies are shown. Here's a bond energy for C double bond O, C bond H, O double bond O, O bond H. What is the energy change for the reaction? So for this, you need to draw the display formula for each of these molecules. CH4 is this. We have 4 bonds of CH in CH4 plus 2O2. We have 2 moles of O2. So O double bond O, O double bond O. This is the reactant side. Now the product side, carbon dioxide, CO2. O double bond C double bond O, because we have 1 mole of carbon dioxide. And then we have 2 moles of water, that is H2O. Then we'll have H bond O bond H, H bond O bond H. For the reactant side, we have 4 CH bond. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 will be multiplied by 410. Plus, we have 2 moles of O2. So we will multiply 2 by 496. This will be the reactant side. Now you know that in order to calculate the bond energies, you have to subtract the energy change for the product side from energy change from the reactant side, or energy needed to break the bond minus energy released in making of the bonds. So we will have product side. On the product side, we have 2C double bond O. So we will multiply 2 by 805 plus we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds of OH. So we will multiply 4 by 460. So if you look at the choices, choice A will be the right answer in this case. As you can see, the equation, other choices are incorrect in this. Number 12, which change increases the rate of reaction by decreasing the activation energy, EA? Now you know that a catalyst is used to decrease the activation energy of the reaction, and in this way it increases the rate of reaction. So obviously choice A will be the right answer in this case. For your convenience, I am reading the other choices also. Choice B, decrease in size of solid reactants. No, this also increases the rate of reaction, but this does not decrease the activation energy of the reactant. So this is incorrect. Choice C, increase in concentration of solution. This also increases the rate of reaction, but this does not decrease the activation energy of the reaction or reactants. Now, increase in temperature. So temperature increase means you are not decreasing the activation energy. You are increasing the energy of the reacting particle. So this is also incorrect. 13. Number 13, in the contact process, sulfur dioxide is reacted with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. Which conditions are used in this reaction? This is learning by heart. So the temperature is 450 degrees centigrade. So obviously either choice C is correct or D is correct. Both A and B is incorrect. Now I have narrowed down the choices. So in choice C, the pressure is 200 kPa, which is correct. And catalyst vanadium 5 oxide, this is also correct. This looks correct to me. For your convenience, I am reading the last one. We don't have 20,000 kPa. It does not require very high pressure, so this is incorrect. And also the catalyst is not iron, so this is also incorrect. So obviously choice C will be the right answer in this case. Number 14, which reaction is reversible? An iron nail rusting when left in moist air. Now this can't be reversed because it produces a flake uh, rust, which is iron 3 oxide, hydrated iron 3 oxide. So this is not reversible. This can't be reversed, so A is incorrect. B, limestone reacting with an acid to form carbon dioxide gas. Now this is also not reversible because the gas is released in the air. Number C, magnesium burning in air to produce a white ash. Now whenever magnesium is burned in air, so it means it's reacting with oxygen to produce magnesium oxide, which is white ash. This is also not reversible. The reason is that it's reacting with the gas oxygen, so you can't get oxygen. Now, what about D? White anhydrous copper 2 sulfate turning blue when water is added. Now you can revert this reaction because neither of the product is coming from the air. So you can simply heat this and you will get the anhydrous copper 2 sulfate. So this will be the right answer for question number 14. Number 15, the equation for the reaction of sulfur dioxide with acidified potassium dichromate 6 is shown. 3SO2 plus Cr2O7 2 minus plus 2H positive gives 3SO4 2 minus plus 2Cr3 plus H2O. What is oxidized and what is the oxidizing agent? Now, this one is not that difficult because oxidizing agent is the potassium dichromate. So obviously either choice A is correct or D is correct. Both B and B and C is incorrect. So what is oxidized in this reaction? If you look at this equation, SO2 is oxidized, not Cr2O7 is oxidized. So obviously A will be the right answer in this case. If you want to further work on this question, so you need to calculate the oxidation number of the atoms on S and O2. Then you will be able to know the which is oxidized and which is reduced. Number 16, what is the definition of a strong acid? A proton acceptor that is completely dissociated in aqueous solution. Remember, acid is not proton acceptor, it's a proton donor. So either C is correct or D is correct. Both A and B is incorrect. So C, a proton donor that is completely dissociated in aqueous solution. This is correct because strong acid completely dissociate in aqueous solution. Number D, a proton donor that's partially dissociated in aqueous solution. This is incorrect. The reason is that this is the property of weak acid, not strong acid. Number 17, which statement about amphoteric oxides is correct? They are made by combining an acidic oxide with a basic oxide. No, we don't have any information when whether we are getting amphoteric oxide from acidic oxide and basic oxides, but we know that they act as both as an acid and base. or in other words, you can say they can react with both acid and bases. So only choice C will be the right answer in this case. For your convenience, I am reading the other statements also. Number B, they react with water to give a solution of pH 7. This is incorrect. They do not give neutral solution. Number D, they do not react with acids or bases. This is also incorrect. As C is correct, you can see they react with both acids and bases. Number 18, copper 2 carbonate is formed when aqueous sodium carbonate is added to aqueous copper 2 nitrate. The ionic equation for the reaction is shown. This is the ionic equation: CO3 2 minus aqueous plus Cu2 plus aqueous gives CuCO3. S means solid. How is pure copper 2 carbonate obtained from the reaction mixture? You can see the state of copper 2 carbonate. It's in the solid state. Definitely we have to filter. So both A and B is incorrect. We can't evaporate the solution in order to get the copper 2 carbonate solid. You have to filter. So the first step must be filter. The first step is filter. Then you have to wash the crystals, then dry in the air. So obviously D will be the right answer. In this case, C is incorrect. Number 19, Q and R are elements in the same period of the periodic table. Q has 7 electrons in its outer shell and R has 2 electrons in its outer shell. Which statement about Q and R is correct? Now both Q and R in the same period. So this is the periodic table. Group 7 and group 2. 7 valence electron means it must be in group 7. 2 valence electron means it must be in group 2. So in same period, if you will take fluorine and beryllium as an example, you see both of these are in the same period. And look at their proton number. Beryllium is 4, fluorine is 9. I am writing it here. Beryllium 4, fluorine 9. Now Q is a metal. This is Q and this is R. Q is a metal and R is a non-metal. This is incorrect because Q is a non-metal and R is a metal. B, Q and R have different number of electron shells. This is also incorrect. The reason is that both of these are in the same period, which means they have same number of electron shells. Electron shells means they are talking about filled electron shells. Number C, R is found to the right of Q in the periodic table. Now R can't be found on the right hand side of the periodic table because Q is a non-metal. It must be on the right hand side of the periodic table as compared to R. So this is also incorrect. Choice D will be the right answer. For your convenience, I'm reading it. The proton number of R is less than the proton number of Q. You can see the proton number. Proton number of Q is higher than R. So D is the right answer in this case. Number 20, lead 2 sulfate is an insoluble salt. Which reaction produces a mixture from which lead 2 sulfate is obtained by filtration? Adding solid lead 2 carbonate to dilute sulfuric acid. Now lead 2 carbonate, it's insoluble, so we can't get the lead 2 sulfate by dissolving this by adding solid lead 2 carbonate to dilute sulfuric acid. So this is incorrect. B, adding solid lead 2 hydroxide to dilute sulfuric acid. Again, this is also wrong. You can't get it because it will not react with dilute acid. It must react with concentrated acid. Number C, adding metallic lead to dilute sulfuric acid. Lead is among the least reactive metals, so it must be reacting with the concentrated acid. So last choice we will add aqueous lead 2 nitrate to dilute sulfuric acid. This must be correct. The reason is that all nitrates are soluble, so lead 2 nitrate must be soluble one. So you can prepare by adding aqueous lead 2 nitrate to dilute sulfuric acid. Then we'll get this lead 2 sulfate, which is insoluble. and you can obtain it by filtration. Number 21. Which statement about alkali metals is correct? A. Lithium is more dense than sodium. Now let's look at the position of lithium and sodium. Lithium and sodium both are in group 1. What is the trend in group 1 about the density? The density increases down the group. Density increases down the group. So this can't be the right answer. Number B, sodium is more reactive than potassium. This is incorrect because if you look at the position of these lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, reactivity increases down the group. So potassium is more reactive than sodium. Sodium is not more reactive than potassium. This is also incorrect. C, sodium has a higher melting point than potassium. This is correct because the melting point decreases down the group. Melting point decreases down the group. So this must be the right statement. Last one, they are in group 2 of the periodic table. This is incorrect. They are both of these are in group 1 of the periodic table. Number 22, which row describes the properties of a transition element? Now, in this, they are talking about the properties of transition element. This one is very easy. So either choice A is correct or B is correct. Both C and D is incorrect. Now, I've already narrowed down the choices. I'm reading the other statement for this one. Like melting point is high for A, density low, form colored compounds no. So this is incorrect. Obviously, B will be the right answer. Melting point high, density high, form colored compounds. Yes, they form colored compounds. 23. Which row identifies the properties of zinc? This one is very easy. Zinc is a metal. It's a metal. So it must have high thermal conductivity and it will definitely react with dilute acid. So you can easily predict the answer for this one. A is the right answer for this MCQ. Number 24, uses of metals depend on their properties. Which property is necessary for the use given? A, car bodies, ductile. Ductile property is made into wires. So we are making into wires to make car bodies. This is incorrect. Cutlery conducts heat. We don't need conductor of heat for making of cutlery. So this is also incorrect. Food container. This resists corrosion. This is correct because in food containers, metal must resist corrosion. So this is the right answer. The last one, D, overhead electrical cables, high density. It must have low density or light when they are used in overhead cables. So this is also incorrect. So C will be the right answer for this MCQ. Number 25, which compounds both contribute to acid rain? Now, acid rain is due to the acidic oxides in the air. So straight away you will see the oxides which acts as acidic in the air. So we have oxides of nitrogen, sulfur dioxide. So for your convenience, I am reading the other choices also. A, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. This can't be correct because carbon monoxide is neutral. B, carbon monoxide and oxides of nitrogen. This is also incorrect. D, sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is not considered as main culprit in the formation of acid rain. So obviously choice C will be the right answer for this question. Thanks for watching. Press like and share my videos. For more videos, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.